Hey guys, it's Ari Monica. Today I'm going to show you how to make a skillet chili con queso. If you haven't already, please go like and subscribe. Okay, so to start off, these are all of the ingredients I'm using. It is going to be a meat chili con queso, so there is going to be some chorizo and some ground beef. So I start off by cutting the ends off of 6 serrano peppers. And in place of serranos, you can actually use jalapenos, but this is all my grocery store had, and they do tend to be a little milder, less spicy than regular jalapenos. So as you can see, I'm just finely dicing all of my peppers, and you can remove the seeds if you want. I don't really, because I don't really find a big difference in it, but if they bother you, you can just de-seed them. So yeah, I'm just chopping them up into very fine pieces. I like mine finely diced, and once I'm done with that, I actually just get out half of my onion, and I'm using a red onion. You can use white or yellow, whichever you prefer. I'm using half, and I am removing the ends of the onion, and then I'm also going to do the same thing and just chop it up into finely diced pieces. Okay, so once I get all of my onion sliced up, I have 1 clove of garlic here, and I'm just crushing it to get the peel off. And once I did peel it, I actually noticed that there was another peel on top, which was kind of weird. So yeah, I just crushed it down again, smashed it, took the second peel off. And a really good tip for getting your garlic very minced and very fine is actually just smashing it down first. So that's what I'm doing here, just giving it a good smash on top. And then from there, you can just go into the garlic and start finely dicing. That's just going to give you a lot easier mince than it would to be just a regular whole piece of garlic. And the garlic I'm using is fairly large, so if yours are kind of small, you can use 2 cloves. So next I'm getting my chorizo and my ground beef. I am using 1 pound of ground beef and 1 pack of pork chorizo. Okay, so here I am just cooking down my pork chorizo, and it does take about 5 to 6 minutes to cook down. And something I noticed was that a lot of the grease from the chorizo actually did rise on top of my chili con queso at the end, so you could actually just blot it with a napkin if you prefer. Okay, so next I have my ground beef, and I'm just doing the same, chopping it up into small pieces and cooking it. When it's done, I just salt and pepper it. If you guys prefer other seasonings, you can do that, but I really didn't want it to take away from flavor of the cheese. So yeah, I just use salted and pepper, but you guys can use whichever seasonings you prefer. Okay, so for the cheeses, I'm using 1 pound of Colby Jack, 1 pound of Monterrey Jack, and then I'm going to use a whole block of velveeta. For the velveeta, I'm just cutting it into like squares. It's just going to allow the cheese to melt down a little easier since it is a very big block. It's just needed to, melt down a lot easier and get those pieces incorporated. So here I am, and I've just toppled everything on top, cheese on bottom first, and all the toppings on top. Then I throw it into my grill, on top of my grill, and I close it. Another way you could cook this, obviously, is just in the oven, but I was already grilling outside, so I thought, why not just do 2 in 1? And also, smoking your cheese actually gives it a lot better flavor. So, you could smoke this with some wood chips, apple chips, and it would just give it a very good flavor. After about 15 minutes, I do go in and I make sure to mix everything around just so that the cheese on bottom does not melt. I do have the pan on indirect heat, which means it is not directly on top of the heat that's going on. I have it to the left where the burners are not on. So yeah, I'm just mixing it around, getting everything incorporated. And if you find out that yours is a little too thick, you can actually just add some more milk as you go. Now you can cover the lid and you can just let it cook down a little bit more to make sure all those chunks are incorporated. So once I finish, this is actually how it ended up looking. It was very good. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe.